Alright, follow-up lesson to adding integers is subtracting integers, and this one can be summed up pretty easily by this little line here that says add the opposite. Every time, add the opposite. Don't even have to learn how to subtract when you add the opposite. We just need to rewrite things. To subtract integers, add the opposite. Example, if I have 4 minus 9, I'm going to change that to 4 plus, okay, so I'm adding the opposite of my original. So it was 9, I'm going to change it to negative 9. 4 plus negative 9. Okay, now I have opposite signs. Which one do I have more of? I have more of the negative 9, so I know I'm going to have a negative answer. I subtract big minus small, 9 minus 4, I'm at negative 5. Just like yesterday, okay, what we did with the adding. Okay. Another example, I have 7 minus negative 10. I'm going to add the opposite. So instead of 7 minus negative 10, I have 7 plus positive 10. Well, 7 plus 10, same sign, both positive. I know it's positive. 7 and 10 is 17. Okay. Pretty simple. We did this last year. We worked on this. We grinded into you a little bit, so it should be pretty familiar. So like some examples. The first example, I have 8 minus 13. Again, I'm going to add the opposite. My first number stays the same every time. If that is 8, this is 8. Then I make my changes. So instead of 8 minus 13, I'm going to say 8 plus, oh, crazy line there, 8 plus a negative 13. Now I have 8 plus a negative 13. Now I compare. Okay, I have different signs. Which one do I have more of? Well, I have more negatives, so I know I'll have a negative answer. What's the difference between the two? The difference between 13 and 8 is 5. Answer, negative 5. Again, all I'm doing is adding the opposite. Good old rewriting. I have negative 20 minus 15. Again, I keep my original. I keep my negative 20. But now, instead of minus 15, I'm going to add a negative 15. Now I look. What do I got? Well, I have two negatives. I know my answer is going to be negative. If I got the same sign, I'm just going to add them together. 20 and 15 is 35. Of negative 35. Okay, again, we don't even have to think about the subtracting part. All it is adding the opposite and get back to adding. Look at another one. Here I have 1 minus a negative 2. Again, I'm adding the opposite. Okay, my original number, my first one, stays the same. I have 1. Instead of subtracting negative 2, I'm going to add the opposite of negative 2, which is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Another one, negative 10 minus negative 7. Again, my original stays the same. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. The first number stays the same. Negative 10. Instead of subtract, I'm going to add. Add the opposite of negative 7, which is 7. Now I look at my numbers. I have a negative and a positive. Different signs. I have more negatives, though, so my answer is going to be negative. Different signs, so I find the difference between the two. There's 3 more negatives than positives. Negative 3. Okay, very simple. Okay, we want to get to a position where we can add the opposite. Pen's about ready to die. Better shut this off.